All right, so we got a problem on the septic here. This big puddle should not be here. It hasn't rained that recently. The reason for this puddle, as I'll show you here, is a sprinkler head that has fell off on the septic system. And it's done this to us at least once, maybe twice. So here's our sprinkler head, and I'll have to actually dig around in there and figure out where the pipe is actually at. Oh man, there's a hole. Oh, there's a hole. Way down in there. So what's happened, oh yeah, clean, okay. What's happened is, I think they never glued this. I don't know if it's some sort of quick connect fitting or what it is, but I don't see any evidence of glue on this thing at all. So what happened was the sprinkler head just fell off. And so now when my septic system kicks on to run, it there's no pressure there. There's no sprinkler head on that end. And so this other sprinkler head over here doesn't run. All the water just pumps out right there at the end. So instead of getting a nice, even distribution broadcast of moisture across the backyard, I just get a big water hole. And this sprinkler head does nothing. Now I've taken this one off, just threaded it off. And what I'm gonna do is I've got my air line here, and I've got this just little blower nozzle, and I'm gonna try to stick it down in there as best I can. And I'm gonna try to blow air in there enough to blow air through this line and out the other end over there, and hopefully blow it clean and blow all that water out of there. That hole's pretty deep. I don't know that it's going to blow all that water out of there or not, but we'll see. But I'm trying to get it dried out, get the line dried out, so that I can then re-glue that fitting and properly glue it. Now I'm going to be using some red hot blue glue, and I think it technically says you can use it underwater, that it'll set up still. But I need to try to get it dried out as best I can anyway, just for the best odds of success. This is not really a big deal. I kind of keep forgetting about it until I go to drive the machines through the backyard, and I can't because it's a big water hole there. It's not anything to do with like sanitary issues. The water that's coming out of there is still 99% sanitary. The septic system, as far as the tanks and the aerator and all, that's all working properly. Just the sprinkler head's not. So I'm going to try to get it blown out here, and I don't think I can really get good video, but I'll tell you how it goes anyway. All right, well, you can see a little bit of water trickling over there. I encouraged it. I made some movement. So you can see the hole isn't quite as full as it was. Of course, it's hard to see down in there, but I've blown it down about 3 inches. I'm having a hard time on the other end on getting the airflow that I need, because I can't get this thing to seal up. But it is working, so I'm gonna fight with it a little bit more, tape it up the best I can, and hopefully get enough volume through it that it'll completely blow itself clean, or blow itself enough, like I said, that I can kind of see down into the pipe. That's working better than I thought. From standing here, I couldn't actually see it. I couldn't see anything moving over there, so like it didn't blast it, but it is pushing it out. It's doing what I want, so let me keep fooling with it. Okay, so that's about the best it's gonna get, I think. I had to end up bailing it out with a little cup because it just wasn't enough air volume to actually blow this entire hole out clean. You can see how much it's washed out just over time. So just not enough air volume coming through from the air compressor to blow that clean, but blew most of it out, saved me some effort bailing, because or else I would have been bailing forever and have water just keep filling the hole back up. So now I'm gonna go and get my glue, and I'm gonna just dope the crap out of it with glue and hope that's enough, and put this riser back on. All right, so just tell you what I did here. I wish I could have showed you, but like always, I got hustled, I got hurried, and I just wanted to. Well, I had to work quick before the glue set, but you can see we're glued up in there now, and you can actually see the glue. There was no trace of glue on this pipe at all, which would tell me that they never put any on it in the first place, which would explain, of course, why it fell off. But what I did was, because that water line kept, trickling water in, and I really didn't want to try to glue it through water. I think the blue glue could have done it, but I didn't want to, why risk it? What I did was an old trick I learned in college, where I used a bread plug. So once I got it all bailed out and there was just a little bit of water in there, that was all that was left. Took a wad of we had some moldy bread anyway in the house. and just took a wad of bread and shoved it down in that pipe like a big pill, and it actually kind of squeeges the water out of the way, and it blocks it off to where it can't come in and get your, interfere with your glue. And that bread will hold the water back long enough for your glue to set, which again, this blue glue sets in like 30 seconds. It'll hold it back for longer than that, usually as long as it doesn't have any pressure on it. And then I've left the sprinkler head off. It's just laying right here in the weeds. But I left the sprinkler head off for now, so when the system does kick back on and run next time, if there's any residual bread, there'll be kind of a bread sludge. But if there's anything left, it'll blow it out of that pipe and it won't plug up my sprinkler head. So I'll get the system. Honestly, I don't know when the system runs. I've never actually seen it kick on and run. I don't know if it's on a timer that it does it at night or what it does. I've never actually seen the sprinklers kick on. So anyway, I'll let it run. I'll give it a couple days to ensure that it's probably run, and then I'll just come thread this head back on. So that's it for now, but I wanted to share that little trick with you about the bread plug. I've done that before on residential water lines and stuff too. You just gotta think if you're gonna do that. You do it because you can't drain the line otherwise, but think about downstream of that. You got to make sure you've got space for that bread plug to come back out so you don't plug up your lines with bread. Well, look at that. Running like it's supposed to be. I don't know, it's been running for like at least 30 minutes now. Just kicked on. But you can see over here on the left, that's that sprinkler head that I had to replace, and it's down in the weeds, so it's having a hard time kicking out. The one on the right sticks up above the weeds, and so it's getting a good broadcast. But the one on the left appears to be struggling, but it is at least working. The system's working like it's supposed to be now. Now I'm just kind of wondering how long it's going to run. But happy to see it's fixed proper, and the sprinklers are actually working like they're supposed to, broadcasting, and not just dumping water out on the ground like it was, like it was with that fitting being messed up. Oh look, just turned off. Perfect.